Hello peeps. Usual start to the gig. Let's have an audio check in the chat if anybody would mind letting me know whether it's too loud, it's too quiet, it's just horrible, whether I just look too horrible. Yes, my first attempt at HD multi-streaming. This should be interesting. Streaming at 720p to YouTube, Twitch, DLive and Mixer simultaneously. Sweet. I'm assuming you're still there somewhere, Hattie. It's been mayhem setting up for this, not only making sure all the four accounts are playing ball, but everything in my OBS suite had to be rescaled, remeasured and rebuilt for the new aspect ratio and output size. It's just been ridiculous. It's been over 2 hours of work just before I can even start thinking about actually streaming. Right. Now, some of you may know, this fortnight's challenge in the YouTubers High Score Challenge on Facebook has been set by me. And I got stupid. After feeling like a kid in a candy shop with a million possible games to choose from, I eventually settled on one after umming and ahhing non-stop for 3 days. Looks a bit shoppy for you. The camera frame will be terrible anyway. It's pretty rough at my end anyway because it's a cheap and nasty camera. We'll see how the game footage looks. But yeah, the first chunk of this session is just going to be practice on Monty Python's Flying Circus, because I've got to put a high score forward for this myself by the end of the week no matter what. Zoostaz has already done so. Hopefully he'll be joining soon. And I've got a little babbicking behind me, have I? Yeah. You're on camera. Aww. Right, let's hope OSG did his job. Tab. This is cracked, I don't even know why I'm even trying to play. It doesn't matter. Your superlative knowledge of fermented curd and cheesy comestibles will certainly aid you in your quest for brains. I really doubt it, knowing this game.
8. Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Let's go. It's Monty Python's Flying Circus, Linda, don't worry if I talk absolute rubbish from time to time. Missed it. Got to get used to playing Amiga on these joysticks. And dead. And dead again. Oopsie. Oh, I didn't go in the right direction apparently. And game over. Well, considering it's my first go at this since, oh god, who knows when. Okay.
Monty Python's
Off to fetch my brains. The larch. The larch. All based on Terry Gilliam animations. actually in the end of these? Oh, charming. In the bonus room. Can I do anything else? Nope, I didn't max across the top, so I've screwed it already. I'm actually doing for the challenge, just remember to really take my time over this. Oh, for crying out, I'm getting bombed from every direction. Die, you damn things. Leave the spam. Inch split. Try every possible exit just in case. No. No secret room there. Nor in there. And dead. Now for the overly touchy score entry, which for some reason uses a trigger on the joypad. This camera's awfully high. I'm not going to start singing, I'm not going to do a Rob. Terrify everybody. Look at the dead parrots. Was it this way? Yeah. Everything looks like it. Okay, that's definitely easier than it looks. Wasted. Got him. These come in batches, so they're better to wait out. So I've got to work all this out if I'm going to do reasonably well at the challenge, and this game's a memory game. The upward drift does not help. That's how to get killed quickly. But sequences like these bees do eventually stop. That's a negatory. And that's a negatory. A large. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat while also trying to play the game, so I'm not doing very well at focusing. Yeah, I hope your lad's gonna get through this alright, honey. He is ill, he's in the best place he can be, so... Ho-hum. No. Yeah, all my best to you all. Oh, I'm glad you got something mildly entertaining to enjoy while you're in there with him. Happy. Ah. Badly placed power. Die, parrots. Die. Just killing dead parrots, Linda. Feels weird, pulling left. And dead. My score is far too silly, I doubt it. That doesn't help. Your hospitals let you use their Wi-Fi? That's novel. None of mine don't. Down here do. You have to bring your own. You're lucky there, hun.
Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Right, that's enough silly practice about for the minute. Besides, I've been completely distracted now, so I need to find something easier to play. For the webcam. Let's just shut that up for the minute. Shut up, FSUA. Alter for you to death, that'll work. Yay. Right, oh, a lot of shops do, and even our buses do, but apparently our hospitals, it's not a thing so much. Or at least not in Bournemouth and Poole hospitals. Or if they have got it now, it'll be about bloody time, but they'll probably charge you £10 an hour to use it in this town. Right. What am I looking for? Something to play. Stick with retro for the minute. So which means I'm going to have to screw with more scenes on my OBS. This is going to be fun. Unless I stick to the Amiga. Let's find something Amiga to play. Minimal. Well, but I spent most of my prep time trying to make sure my output was at the right values, resolution, baud rates and things, that it was streaming to all 4 of my output systems, because I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, DLive and Mixer simultaneously. I had to make sure chats were integrated, and the list went on. Yeah, definitely going to be doing a bit more of that later, but not on the stream. Let's find something not an Arkanoid style again. Is this the game I think it is? Let's find out. Yes, it's a streaming system that uses the blockchain. The more you stream, the more oh god, alternative currency you can earn on it. Crypto, that's the term. And if you're streaming on there sometime soon, you might make a load of money from PewDiePie. Is this the game I think it is? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be doing a lot. I blame OSG. This is not the same game as it is on the C64, but nevertheless I'm going to try play it. I do something about that green thing. I don't know. We've no idea. I think I've just got to take on the mad guy with the rocket launcher. This should be intriguing. Well, that makes my life a little easier when I get that way later. Yeah, when it comes to streaming, I've gone for the option diversify your platforms. And no way am I putting all my eggs in YouTube's basket, let's put it that way. This is based on the C64 game. It is so rough in comparison. Arnie and Arnie 2 on the 64 were a delight. I can blow them up. Avoid those white spot things. I don't know how to fire a grenade. That's if the game doesn't crash. Yay, we got a guru meditation error. I haven't seen one of them in a long time. About time. No, that can die. We need something with a bit more pace. That looks painful. We'll avoid asterisks, we won't do a domino. Yeah, but Arnie, the game isn't the same as Arnie. Oh god, bubble dizzy. Commando. Suggestions, people, come on. Let's have a giggle. Let's try something cheesy. Let's try Darkman. This is probably going to be terrible, I warn you, but part of the fun of retro streaming is to encounter terrible games. If you're not playing the occasional terrible game, as far as I'm concerned, you're not doing it properly. Well, someone just watched a demo and thought, I want a bit of that. First stage of his revenge, Darkman must record sufficient physiognomic data on something. That wasn't helpful. Oh, I'm supposed to be killing these people. Nice of it to tell me. What? No. So I'm going to end up looking like a bit of wall. Hey Zeus, nice of you to join us. I had a bit of a practice on Monty Python. I made it to the first boss. Yeah, got a lot more practice to go yet, but getting into that. Now I'm attempting Darkman for unknown reasons. Pretty much. Darkman seeking revenge on those who disfigured him. Streets of Rage, this isn't. Then punch it, Dinlow. I couldn't tell if they're Nightbreed's artists or not. Those are some dodgy sound effects. Number of times I'm hitting buttons and he's just standing there doing nothing. That's my roll-up, Linda. I can see why this game was generally ignored back in the day, for certain. That's no bad. So how is the quality of the stream for everybody? Is the picture adequate for once? I have no idea. Oh, sorry to hear about your nan. I know it was on the cards and everything, Zeus. All my best there. That's going to be rough to deal with for a little while, I'm sure. And MC still kicking your backside. Yeah, I've seen his video. I haven't watched it yet, but I've got it ready to go. I badly need a wee. So back in 2 seconds. Chat amongst yourselves. Not quite right, Tigger, but close enough. No, I'm not playing more dark, and that ain't worth that. Well, if you need to talk, Zeus, you know how to get hold of me, you know what I mean? Need a ciggy, so I'm going cameraless for a few minutes. Right. Just out of curiosity, I'm not going to play it right now, but I'd love one of you Amiga professionals' opinions. Was Days of Thunder for the Amiga worth it to play in any way? Or is it just as much of a travesty as I'd expect? There's a game I haven't played in a long time, June 1. And June 2. No, they're better as Amiga, as okay games. Might as well get myself in the mood for a driving game, because I'm going to transfer to Trackmania in a bit, just for a giggle. Make Tigger's night too. Not going to be hard driving. Not going to put myself through that pain on any format. I think it's going to have to be. I think you Amiga nuts should know what's coming. Yeah, we'll have to get on that sometime soon, Tigger. Start setting up OTMB TV. Kick Gorby's ass next time he's on. I haven't seen him in ages. Leave the music on for a few minutes just because it's one of those games. Cracked. Looks like it. Definitely one choice. Automatic. No idea. Definitely one player. That'll do. Oh, come on, I just want a race. I do quite like the word fungi though. I will give that credit to you. I just want to play. You can tell I wasn't an Amiga person back in the day, can't you? Come on. Why isn't this starting, peoples? Come on, one of you Amiga boys, talk me through this, tell me why it's doing nothing. Oh, it must be loading. I'm guessing anyway.
Start your engines.
Go!
What just happened there? I started my engine, it went zoom. That's faster than you on Trackmania, Tigger. I'm not saying something. This camera still needs bloody adjusting. I'm kind of afraid to touch anything. Don't blame me. It's not doing anything. I can only assume it's loading but not telling me that it's doing so. Come on. It would help if I had drive noises turned on, wouldn't it? If this happens again, I'm going straight over to some Trackmania, because I can't be bothered messing about.
Start your engine. Go!
I think there's something wrong with the crack. Bye. Yeah, there's so fast and there's too fast. That'll do. Oh, that setup's wrong, but it will do for now. It's going to be normal. I'm going to be playing this game listening to sound. Where are you at, Tigger? I'm invading.
Yeah, I saw that.
I gave up.
That was a quick game.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yes, Rob, that was FSAUE set up by Old Style Gamer. Wow, my frame rate's chunky because I've got so much going on.
Yeah.
It's quite mad. I might have to go tweak a few settings. Wow, that's beautifully chunky. Yeah, well, Rob, you Amiga peeps know more about that than I do. Took me enough time to work out the difference between the processor numbers. The number of output windows that are going on my screen while I'm waiting. The less it's being trying to be updated simultaneously, the better. I can just go. We'll see how we go. Always lower the resolution anyway. Should be a bit better, I hope. I failed that already. Doing well. Yes, I am driving a white pouch. That won't. So Rob, where the hell have you been for the past few weeks? Come on, you can tell us. I won't hold it against you. Although I sound a bit Tigger might, but he doesn't really care.
No, I was doing at the game.
I know, dude. once again. Oh god, this chunkiness of frame rate is just wicked. What server did you drag me into? Yes,
Yeah,
please.
there are a few stupid tracks on this server, but you get a lot of
Yeah, I will
different
definitely go to another
environments.
track with you. That was rough. Not place back. Fastest way for those coins to be lost forever. Not what I can actually spend. Nice to actually see the road ahead of you. Oh, God's sake. I do not like this start. Chain is horrible.
Don't you just use a button to switch the camera mode?
If you go to external camera, it's even worse. You can't actually even see the chicane whatsoever on that hill.
If you go to the FPS cam, or what do you call it, the dash cam, you can see it pretty good.
I've no idea how I landed on my feet now. Definitely a place where my new motherboard will come in handy. If OSG ever wakes up and sorts it out. Still. If you want timing, Rob, try this trick. Oh, this frame rate is a joke.
Come on.
so little control because of the frame rate.
What is your frame rate?
It feels like about 5 a second. Yay! I actually completed the lap. In 3 minutes
Yeah.
32. Yay. With a musical jukebox like this, there's no telling what copyright things are going to be stuck in there.
Yeah.
That's my mate Tigger. You see him as Johan Eriksson in the chat though. From Sweden. Rob. In the game, you'll actually see him. You'll see him listed as OTMB Tigger. Oh, God's sake! I've somehow gone over the obstacle backwards and totally undone getting over it in the first place.
How did you manage that?
I have no idea. My the left trigger on my joypad gets stuck. And I can only presume it went into reverse mode while I wasn't paying enough attention or reading the chat, and it somehow managed to reverse back over the obstacle in the tube. Back here again. What? Oh! Made it and landed in a trap. Nice. Right on climbing scenery. Need to do something about this frame rate. I mean, I know I'm terrible, but this is taking the mickey. Even by my standards.
Is it the computer itself, or are you just running too many things at the same time?
It's just trying to do way too much at the same time for it. The poor game doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. Let's see what minimising all other video outputs does. That's better. Ain't perfect, but it's better. Not rendering 9 million surfaces at once has helped loads.
Ow!
Yeah, those trees were painful. Yay, no engine. Let's coast. And then get stuck in a wall because we're too stupid. Yay, screwed that up. Come on, come on, come on. You can make it. Yep, yep, yep. Yay! Just wait for that engine to turn back on. I think I just went the wrong way. I think I just completely went the wrong way. I'm in a bit of track I'm not supposed to have anything to do with. Yep. Supposed to be over there. Come on, Maida. We can do it. Oh. Maida is living up to his name as a useless truck. Actually, he's remarkably good for what he is. Let me guess, that's you on your second lap. Come back, Tigger. Well, apparently that was the right thing to do. Down we go. Yay, there's the finish line! Woohoo! Some idea where I'm going. See if I don't get lost in the cops. Don't muff it. Come on. Up we go, up we go. We're not going to do that. But at least I'm on the right bit of road. If I do have to go around in reverse. I heard you. Yay. Anybody else still about in the chat? No, I've got my multi-streaming set up, it's working. I've really got to consider sorting out the Streamlabs OBS as opposed to the normal one now. And I'll be able to have my few accounts and all 4 accounts on screen at the same time. Don't flip anything. Yep. Got that jump right. Yay! I can do something right. Always a bonus. I think that's about the last one I'm going to be able to fit in time left. No. My live streaming dashboard crashed. Nah. Quarter of an hour of that track, you know we're going to be asking to quit this after 15 minutes.
Will be fun.
It's nice to know it's my processor and my general hardware, not the internet connection that's now the problem though. And it mainly is my processor hardware. This is all the time. There, Rob. back to here. My laps are completely horrible compared to yours, dude. Nice to know, Rob. So where have you been? What have you been doing? Hear a little bit out nice from the Rob and why he hasn't been streaming for 3 minutes. Anybody threatened to rhubarb for a while, so. Apparently I've just beaten the track also. What did he do? Drive with his eyes blind? Was he wrestling with a panther in the back of the cat at the time he was trying to do a lap or something? Can't think of many other race how to do worse at a lap than me. Good evening, Ian. Nice of you to join us. We're only slightly retro at the moment. We're playing something 13, 15 years old. This has mainly been an endeavour to test my new internet connection and how well my PC holds up to streaming 720p across 4 different channels. Couple of mild hiccups, but not doing too bad. Though I still can't drive. But there's nothing new there, so. I think I'm about done with this one, Digger. Yeah, definitely next. Yeah. Click on the microphone in the bottom left, you numpty Rob. Hello. No, you've turned it back on. That's it. You should now be transmitting.
Have I got it?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
I can hear you. You're a little quiet. You might want to turn your mic up.
Okay, hang on. Let me see. Evening, Johan, Tigger.
Hello.
Welcome, Rob. Nice to
Good.
have you on stream again. Don't think I was supposed to stop that. Oopsie. Yeah, so where you been for the last 3 weeks, mate?
Forward. Ring.
Oh, I think I went the wrong way.
All you have to do
It's PF for a
is more
chunk.
boring.
You're coming through in bits, Rob.
Something's going wrong because I wasn't playing.
Oh, is this an entire PF track?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 3 minutes. That's also. You want to change?
I might as well leave it going now I've got it running. As far as PFs go, it's quite a mental one, I'll give it credit. It's something going on all the time. You missed my go at trying to play XJ220 on the Amiga earlier, Ian. That was odd. Apart from the loading times taking forever, every time I started a race it was done in, what, 2 seconds, guys? Finish on this thing.
I have 1 minute left.
I can imagine this could be interesting when there's like about 20 of you about pinging around. But my left thumb kind of wants to do something. See, a lot of people whinge about how the physics in this game can be exceedingly random and how there's bug landings and stuff, but when it comes down to it, the physics are perfect enough to template something like that, so yeah, I think we need something else. That's been done for the people. Is it just a slash restart? Oh, you've already done it.
I wonder how that Hannah song made a 14-second.
You managed to sort your shit out, Rob, or what? Well, that was a quality start.
I have no idea where to go.
I know exactly where to go. Whether I can make it is a completely separate fucking conversation. Nope, missed.
You pipe?
Make the jump. Try not to hit the wall and jump over there. Those down pointing arrows, which will catch you and let you slide onto the one behind it. Stadium map is get bored.
No, that's... and it doesn't...
I'm supposed to be landing on there. Right. I'm in this trench thing. No. Making me dizzy. Right. I just don't understand where I can go from here. In either direction. No, we can't hear you. You've done something at your end, Rob. We're being told you're trying to talk to us, but we can't hear a thing you're saying. So you turn sunning off. Yes. Definitely not doing any more of that, dude.
Nope.
Are you still about, Ian? track that's actually understandable and playable.
Yeah.
Is the server real?
Ow.
You and your horn. Now your mic's muted again, Rob. I think I'm going to have to sort out Restream IO so I can get multiple chat units into one place. Now it's logged off again.
Yeah.
And he's back. Just click the microphone in the bottom left by your name, Rob.
Working.
Yep, and we heard you.
Oh, did you hear me? Oh, is it all in one piece? Oh, I don't know what I've done to fix that.
Don't know what you did to break it in the first place.
I think I wiggled the cable a little bit, so that might have helped it or hindered it, I'm not sure.
Oh my god. Really?
I can hear myself on the stream.
After all that, it was down to wiggling a cable.
Yeah, it's not good when it's USB. USB you don't tend to want to wiggle to fix, do you?
I don't use it USB for my headset. It still works fine.
I've got a Jabra headset. It was liberated from a place of work actually. It'd become one with
Most
me.
tend to
I've been
be.
using it.
From what I've noticed about Jabra headsets, almost everyone I've ever encountered came from a works. I'll never say what, from whom, or anything, but most of the ones I've ever encountered have all come from a works.
It was supplementary to my redundancy, so it was fine. And I don't think anybody else would want to use it because I'd used it so much. It's got my DNA in it, you know. Why would anybody else? It costs more to refurbish it than it would to. So I just took good care of it, made sure it's had good use.
Yeah, I'm going to make a cigarette, so I'm going to watch Tigger for 2 minutes. Watch someone who can actually drive rather than my travesty at an attempt.
So is Tigger running on another stream? I'm confused.
No, I'm not.
He can stream on Twitch when he wants to. We had a massive session of trying to set that up with him the other day.
Right, gotcha. Good evening again, Tigger. Sorry I couldn't reach you properly.
Good evening.
Good evening.
That's better. There's an easier way to do this. I mean, webcam. There we go. Yes, well,
Crap.
Digger and I intend to be doing quite a bit more of this sort of thing in the future.
Right,
both streaming. Our mate Corb wants to get on board. He was in the chat last time I did a stream, so he's another member of the OTMB, Ancient Race Clan. And if anybody's wondering what OTMB stands for, it's plain and simple, the old Trackmania bastards. Not bar stewards, not bar stools. It's one place where I have to swear formally. Oh, it's always been strong, but it was just to get the message across.
Oh, dear me. I hope there's no children present.
At this time of night, in this
There are in
deep dark
Australia.
corner of YouTube, I doubt it.
You were asking where I'd been.
Yes. I'm not
Oh.
hiding nor hair from you for 3 weeks.
Yeah, the problem is I'm working so hard and making no money, and I'm involved in a project. I have actually streamed a couple of times this week, unbelievably, but not on my own channel, on other people's channel and with other
Okay.
in other personas. And one of them was literally as I was trying to get out of the house to catch a train. I ended up doing a stream over the phone. They held the microphone up to the speaker on the phone up to the microphone,
Cool.
and I was streaming for about half an hour.
So you haven't been hiding in the wings of power, threatening anti-Brexit politicians with sticks of rhubarb and celery, have you? 'Cause we wouldn't put it past you.
Alright, I'll tell you who I spoke to. So one of the streams I've been on, you know the guy that called Anna Soubry a Nazi?
I heard something vaguely happening like that, but
Yeah, I was talking to that guy the other day. He's alright, he's okay, he's just he got a bit worked up. I said, you need to calm down, mate, you know, it's time to relax, just be cool, you know, calm, collected. That's how we get our Brexit, by being cool, calm, collected. That's what they don't like. They want people to go out there and bash people. Just be cool. You know what I'm like, Leo.
yeah.
Calm, collected. I don't get phased by things. You know. That's what I said to him, and he I think he's taken it on board. So I've helped him. You know, I like to help people.
I've just remembered this coast track is in my half-finished mod.
I mean, you're about to drive off the end of a track somewhere, and there's no finish to it, like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Oh, you can do that easily. Trust me, it's not hard to make a track that apparently goes absolutely nowhere, considering there is a full track editor in here. Every one of these tracks is custom built. Well, every single one of them.
Very complicated as well.
No, not really.
Isn't it?
It's
I'm trying to build up the
Scale
mystique
Extric-
of this for you.
It's Scale Extric on steroids.
Yeah, I'm not very good at scale tricks off the steroids, to be honest. I've got some micro scale tricks.
In the way you build it, it all comes in pre-packed bits and pieces, and you just plug them all together as tiles, and then see how complicated you can make it that way.
And have to work out how to get all the ends and everything to fit together, which is what you have to do in a real scale trick.
Thankfully,
So I was
there's none
thinking
of that
about-
fidgetiness.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a scale trick video actually, because I've got a load of micro scale trick, and it's crap, to be honest. If you don't mind me using the language of you know, Anglo-Saxon language, it's really cheap and rubbish. And I want AFX, but nobody will bring me back any from America. You need to get it from America.
Well, that
You know
was,
what I'm talking about.
yeah. Sorry, I was just marvelling at how undelightfully stunted this map is.
Did you see the Grom? Oh, I remember this one. You showed us this one before.
Yeah, I played
So
it
are you-
offline.
Are you
No,
guys
I don't
racing
know.
against each other?
Yes.
Right, so now I've got it. This is a new concept for me. People playing online against each other.
Yes. It's time trial, so we've got, if you look at the clock on the right, we've got however that amount of time to set as fast a lap as we can around whatever track's put in front of us. Go. As long as you make it through every checkpoint and get to the end, you'll have your time recorded. No matter how you do it, no matter how badly you do it, nothing. Here you go, you got like 7 minutes to complete this 20-minute track, 20-second track as many times as you can, Your best time counts.
Like qualifying.
Yeah. Luckily you can't beat each other off the track though.
Oh no, that's the best bit.
No, you ghosts. Trust me, in this game it's required. I wish there was a version where you could
That would be fun.
but
Maybe if you just make a track of Birmingham, it will happen automatically.
when people like Tigger can host a server with up to 250 people in it on a track that's supposed to hold 6, you kind
All
of
at
need
once?
collisions off. Yes.
That could be difficult. Again, it's like Birmingham.
I don't think even driving on Bombay would have anything to do with trying to drive a 15-second track in Trackmania with 250 people simultaneously.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got a taxi in Turkey?
No.
Oh, the most difficult thing about
It's a name
that
block.
day, I got on a plane for the first time. I was in a riot for the first time. I was in one of the Gezi Park riots, and the scariest thing was getting in a taxi and going on them roads where you have to work out which way the traffic's going, and the way it's going is every way, 360 degrees in all directions.
Yeah.
You just drive on the part of the road which you find best, or right or left side.
The pavements,
Yeah,
I
that's
can score
right.
points for the pedestrians.
That's right, the pavements, yeah. The thing I like about Turkey, and this might sound...
trying to hit those people? Sorry, Hank.
The thing I
Die Hard with
Sorry,
a Vengeance
I'm-
on the PlayStation 1. Sorry, technically this is a retro gaming channel, so we've got to apply some relevance.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was just about to go rambling about Turkey and the thing I like about Turkey, and the thing I like about Turkey is probably, you'll probably be like, please don't say that on my channel, Rob, so I'm gonna we're gonna dial it back and not tell you what I like about Turkey.
Why not? I'm affiliated with your channel anyway, and everybody knows
Okay,
how bizarre
alright.
it gets, so we might as well.
Alright, so the thing I like about Turkey is, well, this is Istanbul to be honest, is that when you see beggars over there, right, they don't just have, like, the beggars in Turkey, like, you know, like in the UK, you'll see a beggar sometimes and you think, oh, you know, maybe they're down on their luck, but then you look at them and you kind of think, oh, you know, they could clean tables in a pub or something like that, and you sort of think, you know, maybe they're, you know, they're having a hard time or whatever. But in Turkey, the people that are begging, they've always got hands where their feet should be and feet where their hands should be, you know. And in our society, we'd probably take care of those people a bit better. But at least these people look like they're having a hard time in life, and they've had a real bad. You know what I mean? So, and everyone's is trying to work. Everybody is trying to work. So I find it a really interesting, industrious place to go to, but also you have to have eyes in the back of every part of your body because everyone's trying to do you over.
Sometime this year, before she passed, rest in peace, my sweetheart, Alex and I were intending to go to Istanbul.
Oh, it was, I mean, I wouldn't go back. I found it terrifying, and I was there during the riots.
She loves Turkey, and she's been there quite a few times. She wanted to introduce me to the place. I wanted to take her to see the kind of stuff I like. I wanted to go check out the walls to Constantinople and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I skipped that tour. Funny enough, my dad and my mum went over there about a month after I went, and my dad died the following month of a heart attack. So it was it was fun. That was his last holiday, Turkey.
While you're on here, you might as well offer your condolences to Daz, mate.
Yes, so I did see his. I did in the chat. So sorry to hear about the loss of his dad. Very sad.
Yeah.
It sounds like she had a good innings.
Yeah, she did well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, with me, I don't want to get too old because you know, when you've seen it firsthand, somebody getting old and infirm, I just think not for me. I'd rather
How do you think I
have
felt? My poor lady,
yeah,
she was old before her time in many ways.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's such a shame to watch it strike someone down in through their early 40s. And
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. It's you know, it's one of those things. I think I think the best way. I mean, my dad always said it'll either be the old Alka-Seltzers, Alzheimer's that killed him, or heart attack, and it was a heart attack in the end. And he was in perfect health, and was it gone?
I know.
But that would have he would have liked to have been a bit older. But that was you know, that's what I do. It's just not fun watching someone go slowly.
Yeah, and on that front, it's one I find interesting that with everybody mourning the passing of Keith Flint from The Prodigy.
Yeah.
Because he always stated he will always go on his terms and his terms alone. When he's bored and he's generally had enough of life, he will check out when he's ready. And I can only assume that's what he did.
He had a fun.
In which case it means he passed on his own terms, most definitely.
Yeah.
And that's not something I can't feel sorry about, if you know what I mean.
Lots of people that died, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah, if Keith did truly pass on his own terms, he'd had enough, and all that stuff. And he checked out.
Are they saying that they think he committed suicide?
Yeah, they were saying that within 24 hours of it happening.
Yeah, that. Well, I'll tell you.
My answer there is then good on him. You know what I mean? He achieved what he wanted. He had the most amazing life as the front man for The Prodigy, and if he's had enough and wants to move on, and he did.
Oh, I can do. I mean, the thing is, I mean, like it's like Robin Williams, isn't it? When he went, he had a degenerative disease, and he said, well, you know, all that hoo-ha and all the rest of it he used to do. You know, he used to talk hoo-ha.
Yeah.
That was or was that somebody else? I can't remember. Hoo-ha. I think maybe he didn't do that. He said, right, that's it, that's your allotment, and time to check out, and that was it. He thought, I'm not going down that road, I'm not going to end up like Richard Pryor or anyone like that, and you know, that's life.
That's for the life of me.
Like old W.C. Fields said, it's a hard thing, life. You're lucky enough if you get out alive, or something like that. I can't remember. It's like, maybe not exactly quite the quote, but you know, you got to live when you're alive and all the rest of it, and
Oh yeah, definitely.
enjoy your health when you got it, and you know, impotence and everything comes eventually, and enlarged prostate. You know, I got that ahead of my time. And you know, then you have like rods inserted in funny parts, in cameras inserted into funny parts of your body, and they do electric shocks and take pictures, and you know, beautiful nurses have to inspect your body in funny places, and you just look at it and you think that's funny, and then the cleaner comes through with the doors open, and everyone's looking at you, and you know where I'm going, you know.
Yeah.
I've never had, well, cameras inserted in interesting parts of my body. It's never been quite necessary, but I've spent enough time in hospital.
Yeah, that's it. Well, my tip for you is never ask to look at the camera, and never look at the TV screen when they're in the middle of doing it, because I made that mistake. I said I don't want to see the camera, and the guy put it in my face, and then I turned away. I thought, I don't want to see it, and he put it in, and then I looked to the side, and I thought, oh, they've got a TV there, maybe they've got, you know, Bargain Hunt or something on, and I thought, well, what's this? This is funny. It looks like they're in a sausage factory or something. I was looking at the inside of my own insides.
Oh, I find that sort of fascinating.
Oh, it was fascinating. I mean, it was quite a long program, but
when I had carpal tunnel surgery and I had to open slip my hand open in half so I could get into the wrist and rebuild it.
Yeah.
I've got one nurse on my other side because it was a local operation, just constantly trying to distract me while the
Yeah.
surgeon's there sticking a knife up, you know what I mean, a centimetre and a half deep in my hand. You go, can you feel that? Feel what? You know, and the nurse is constantly trying to distract me. Next thing I know, I'm just, wow. Well, my finger and thumb are somewhere over there, and my other 3 fingers over there, and...
Imagine what
that's
it's like.
me.
Can you imagine what it's like having the old? I called it E.T.'s finger, straight up middle stump. Oh, and the guy. Well, he was. Well, I'm not going to say he was a nice chap because he told me he didn't want me to go to that hospital. He wanted me to go somewhere else. So I felt a little bit unwelcome, to be honest. And then when I saw he was the guy that was going to be doing the actual camera stuff, I thought, well, this could be a bit unpleasant, really. So yeah. And the difficult bit is when he says, I'm just filling up your bladder now because they don't really give you any warning, and then they pull a lever and it's like a balloon is blowing up underneath you.
Yeah.
And when they take the camera out, it like shit, a big like, thing of water shoots out.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. See, I always like to bring the tone of the conversation up considerably.
After finding a good pit to throw it in first, so when it comes up, it's just nicely relative.
Yeah, you got to get everything on kilter. You see.
From everybody else's point of view, it's still very deep down in that pit, but at least where you'd originally thrown the conversation, you've managed to climb it up a step or two.
It's all about male health, you see. I'm promoting male health. You have to check everything. Remember to check all your bits. Yeah, give everything a good prod. And Rod, Jane, and Freddie. Do you know Rod, Jane, and Freddie?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Right. Do you know the story about them? Okay.
There's plenty
When
of
Rod,
stories about them.
well, yeah. Originally, it was Rod, some other bloke, and Matthew Corbett from Sooty.
Uh-huh.
And at some point, Matthew and the other bloke left, and then it was Freddie. Rod, in the end, it became Rod, Jane, and Freddie. It was like a football team. It changed around. It was Rod, Jane, and Freddie. And Rod and Jane were married. Okay. But Rod and Jane started having a bit of a hard time, and eventually Rod and Jane split up. Who do you think stepped in?
Yeah, no doubt.
Freddie was in there like a rat up a drain pipe. He went straight in on Jane, and Jane couldn't get enough of it. And the thing about Rod, and this is why we know Rod is a good guy, he was cool with it. He just went, that's life, that's how things go. Made up a little song about it. And
Kids of the 60s, man.
guess so, yeah. I don't know, you don't really think of it like that, do you? But yeah. I mean, I never thought Jane was all that, but you know, I would have thought Freddie could have done better. I mean, Rod, I thought it was batting above his average, but
They were in their late 20s and 30s when we were little kids, mate.
I don't know, I think they were older than that. I mean, I think Freddie was the youngest. I don't know, I'm going to look him up.
They're still doing the Rainbow.
But they were talented individuals. They wrote all them songs. I mean, there were no Lennon and McCartney, but you know, I'm just Joanna and Freddie now. Oh, I've put 3D. Seen a picture of them with Timmy Mallet and
Oh, that was good. Cockroach.
what's that?
Well, I'm talking about my game as well.
Yeah, sorry, I might have slightly diverted the topic of the conversation. But you didn't know this. Jane, her real name is Jane Tucker, and she was a hostess on the associated rediffusion game show Exit, It's the Way Out show, headed by Ed Stewart.
Oh,
Hosted by... Neither have I, but...
But mind you, I still remember weird game shows from like when I was a kid that other people knew. The adventure game was one of them. We got on BBC 2, which involved a bloke who spoke backwards and some weird electric monster thing by crying.
I didn't know that one. Oh my goodness, so apparently Jane has left Rod, Jane and Freddie.
I wouldn't know. Last time I heard news about them, I was probably 4.
Imagine. Well, that must be a bit of a funny tour. I'm wondering if Rod and Freddie are still on the road, you know.
Be a bit of a weird gig.
Your Facebook page.
Am I supposed to?
She still looks good, actually. I think she looks better now. Here's something else you might not know. You know Sylvia Anderson? Thunderbirds.
Well, I know of
Thunderbirds is that Jerry Anderson production, right? Lady Penelope was based on Sylvia Anderson, who was Jerry Anderson's wife, and she did loads of like costume design and like makeup design and everything on that program. And it was her face, right? And they were all happily married and everything at that point. Fast forward 15, 20 years, and they're producing Terrorhawks.
Yeah.
Do you remember Terrorhawks?
Yeah.
Right. By that time, he'd split up. That's right. Right. So he by that time he'd split up with Sylvia Anderson, Jerry Anderson. Okay. Zelda. Do you remember Madame Zelda from that? She was the baddie. That is based on how Sylvia Anderson looked then.
Okay.
Yep. So I'd like to provide people with important information.
Am I like on a second lap on this track or something?
No.
How long is it?
The order time is 7.10 minutes. Sorry, 7 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay.
And I'm just about 7 minutes in now, and I have no idea how far I have to go.
Make it up. Yay! Yay! Yeah. You seem to follow some absolutely weird stuff.
Ooh.
I'll give you credit.
Oh, I've got a problem now.
Uh-oh.
My pad has shut down, and that was how I was watching the stream, which means I do anything. Oh no, can I see what's happening on the stream? Yeah, I've just got it running in another window. Oh, it's not a problem at all.
Alright.
You're abreast of that.
It just sounds like, as usual, you overcomplicated something for no apparent reason.
It feels dead air, doesn't it? You know, not that you need any dead air filling.
I know every now and again I'm too busy going, actually turning on my brain and trying to engage in what I'm attempting to do.
Are you driving something from was it Wacky Races?
I'm driving a 1930s diesel Rattler.
Is that like the Monsters thing?
A 1930s Model T.
Oh yeah, I know. T Ford.
Yeah, but just with the roof lowered, missing a front end,
Okay.
great big wallop of an engine put in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Monsters.
Yeah, this will be a Model A rather than Model T. So the rat one. Not enough rust on it for my preference, but I can't be bothered sorting out the paintwork to do so.
Do you know what? Right, this is the truth. Okay, this road, this thing that you've designed here, might look like ridiculous. All right, well, whoever it was that designed it, it might look ridiculous. You might think, you know, no one could ever have thought of creating roads like this in real life. But when they were, oh, you've gone backwards. When they were in the 60s and the Beaching Act, and they were getting rid of all the, they wanted to get rid of all the trains pretty much, and everything was going to be motorways. That's pretty much what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what they wanted to do. I mean, it's not even an exaggeration. There's bits of London where where they sort of started putting in the roads and then gave up on it. You know, most of them are knocked down now, but there was like, you know, it's not. I mean, there were bits of London that would look something like.
5 years living in what can only be described as also hinterland.
Yeah.
There's nothing apart from small villages and sort of little roads that seemingly go absolutely nowhere, but every one of the locals knows inside out. Everywhere.
See, we would all have to have had cars that could jump huge expanses and could do loop-the-loops. And they probably would put housing on the loop as well. I'd quite like to live on the Bournemouth hinterland.
No, you wouldn't. There's nothing out there.
Yeah, I would. That's even better, especially if there's no people. Just the occasional attractive young maiden. Well, not too young, obviously, but.
You're talking about the deepest, darkest depths of Dorset.
Oh, is it a bit of a limited gene pool there?
Average village population is maybe 200.
200 genes.
And you have to remember, most of those people have lived there throughout all their lives, with their parents who
That's
also
it.
lived there throughout all their lives, with their parents who've lived there throughout all their lives.
Oh, I quite like that. I quite like the simple, not simple, but people that aren't that interested in the fancy Dan ways of living. So
Many people are so interested in the fancy Dan ways of living, trust me.
Yeah.
How much they spend on their houses and how much electric it leaks off the local grid alone. And the 3-car garage kind of gives things away, you know what I mean?
Oh, you mean they got a few quid?
Oh yes. They live out there because they can afford to live out there, mate.
See, that's what I mean. I'd even like even better if I could afford to live out there on the hinterland. The hinterland. We're gonna go to the hinterland, and it's far, 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 far away.
The darkest depths of Dorset.
Yeah, that's it.
We come from Dorset. We'll be up in the village, but no one can understand a word I say because I've just downloaded and I try.
Have that in English, please.
No, you can't. It doesn't come in English. That's the problem. Well, technically it comes in English, but it's not translatable. Maybe about every word in 6.
I need to do some more videos. I've been shooting videos, but I never upload them. I've got loads of shots since last year, and they just never get edited and put up. I've got a whole archive. I probably only put up, in general, on videos I do, about 1 out of every 10. So that's one of the reasons I do live streams, because you can't really hold back on them. When you're doing them live, they're up.
Yeah.
So busy. In fact, I'm supposed to be doing something now I was promising that I'd do for tomorrow. But I'm not getting paid for, I'm not getting paid yet, so I've got to get paid.
But the only way you get paid is to prove you can do something, then you get offered the job, then you do the job, then you get paid.
Fortunately, I've got to make the money happen as well. That's part of the problem with this job. It's interesting. Oh, I'll figure it out though. Yeah. Or I'll starve to death. One of the two things. Just gonna try and link in my friend to the channel. Don't really need me to give you a voice over that, but so.
Yeah, well, I'll only be streaming for a bit longer now anyway. Another 20 minutes, half an hour
All right.
maybe.
Well, that's right. That's right.
I've got to go hit the supermarket. Now it's open.
What, do they not open until midnight at your neck of the woods?
Hmm?
Did
No,
they not open it?
It's literally just opened.
What? What? 12 o'clock tonight? They opened the grand opening of a supermarket.
No, every Sunday night, Monday morning.
Oh, I see what you mean. You didn't mean it's just opened at midnight. Today's not the first day. You meant you've got a supermarket and it's open until past midnight.
It's a 24-hour supermarket, but on Sundays it has to close at midnight Saturday night, and it opens at 10,
Yeah.
it closes at 4,
They open at midnight on a Sunday.
and then opens again at midnight for 24 hours, because they're not allowed to do it on a Sunday. On a Sunday they're only allowed to be open between 10 and 4.
Are you able to tell me what supermarket that would be?
Tesco's.
That's unusual for Tesco's. Because normally what they do on because they're trying to phase out 24 hours, but normally what they do is they open
Not in this town.
at 6 or something, or 7 on a Monday. No. People must get back late, and they need their couscous and everything and all that kind of.
In this town, if that supermarket doesn't stay 24 hours, that'll be a major revolt.
We need our
So only it's 24
all
hours.
bread.
Well, I'm lying, there is 24 hours. There's another Tesco's across town.
They'll come up marching up over the hill, and they'll say, "We need our pitchforks and lighter fuel so we can have our flaming pitchforks, and we need them now."
Hold on, this is not a 25-second trial.
Yeah, I'm talking behind the commentary. It looks like you're on a road.
By the time you sing, it's way too late.
I know. This one. So I'm trying to I know. This is a bit like a Dorset road. It turns into mud. But the banks, they have the banks. I haven't seen a windmill there before. There's usually a few more trees as well. They've got the banked roads. Well, I like them. Windmills is one of the first renewable powers, isn't it? And it does even better than the power station because it converts into flour, doesn't it? Think about that. The guy that came up, he said, "Do you know what we need?" Yeah, I guess so. But can you imagine the guy that came up with that idea, who said, "You need a windmill." Yeah, because we don't know much about. I'm guessing we don't know much about windmills. Our knowledge of windmills is probably very limited to what we see now in windmills. Now,
No.
how did we get from not having a windmill?
The idea is probably far older than any of us would can ever give credence to it, and especially if we look in the fossil record.
Yeah.
It's probably far older than we even realised there.
But like say with like a bow and arrow, you've got a bow and arrow, and you've got like different advancements that happen along the way, and different types of twine and everything they use, and long bows, and then eventually you start getting other projectile things and all that caper. But with a windmill, all we really know are windmills, like the big things that have been developed and finished. Where do you ever see in history? Where do you look about and you see a windmill, which is like a windmill on the way to being a windmill? You know, the proto windmill. You don't see it. You just see windmills. You don't see like the Mark 1 windmill or the Mark 0.5 beta version windmill. It doesn't exist anymore.
That complicated. You've made a very simple wooden thing can kind of work like that. Very easy to like to make it.
Yeah, but think about all the gearing and everything in it. I mean, there must be a windmill that wasn't as advanced. You know, a windmill that wasn't as big. Because look how big they are.
It's made out of toothpicks.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think it could have been because they need to create a windmill. See, this is where a windmill becomes quite an extraordinary piece of thinking. Now I'm thinking about it, because for it to be useful, because the only thing you could do with it is crush stuff. Yeah, that's it. But somebody's had to think ahead to scale it up, because it wouldn't have worked in small, would it? It wouldn't have worked in small because we wouldn't have enough energy to crush anything.
Yes, it
So
would.
does it? Oh, well, that's that theory out the window.
As long as you can work out the principles and think, if I make this big, it can apply enough force to do that. Why don't we give it a go? And somebody gave it a go.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's
Would have made
but
it oversized or undersized to start with, so they got rid of the first bit and plugged in another one. But
would it work if it was undersized?
Yeah, just nowhere near as good. And then people tinkered with it for years and years and years and years and years until they got it just right.
Yeah, but then you've got the air currents that are more stronger higher up as well, aren't they? Because it turns faster because it's higher up, and the differentials between the temperatures and all that kind of caper. It's very interesting. I'm going to have to look more into windmills. I don't feel it's like ducks. Ducks I respect.
There's still an old power source in Australian outback just for pumping simple bits of water. There's still wells in the Australian outback. There's a tin windmill.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
Barely more than if you mix the scaffold and tin attached to a very ancient grass.
Well, my dad used to live sort of on the frontier of the outback, so he might have seen that kind of thing. I don't know. I can't ask him, so I'll have to look into that, because maybe them Aboriginals know about that kind of stuff.
There's a cut there.
Well, there's several in this track, mate. I've spotted them a mile away. I just can't bother chasing them.
This isn't a cut though. I try that. I think windmills are just what do you call it? A perfection from a watermill. I think you started with a watermill and then you realized, we don't have any water here, so we have to use something else.
What about watermills? Oh, Tigger.
Ancient practices and basic principles. Once you've worked out the basic principles, it's all simple enough. I need this to turn. What can I get to turn that? If you're near water, you'll use water. If you're not, you might try and work out how to use an animal to do it, or use air.
That's the thing with that, because I'd forgotten about watermills. Tigger has jumped in there, and
I used to live next to a beautiful one, near a beautiful one, right now.
well, they're wonderful pieces of machinery, wonderful, but they are machinery, and I mean, I guess this is the earliest version of the Chinese nicking stuff, because somebody has to invent that concept,
No.
and then somebody looks at it and then says,
It doesn't take one person in one corner of the world to invent the concept and then take it somewhere else.
true.
It's an exploration of basic principles that can be worked out in your head.
But for it to be effective, you have to have a certain scale, and then to get to that scale, you have to have a level of investment that when you're at a subsistence level, at the point where these technologies came in, someone has to have the enterprise to do it.
Yeah.
So it's that's the thing that interests me. That's when you get those leap forwards, and then you start seeing more and more of those happen as you move into the industrialized age. But you see it throughout the feudal age, little movements forward, or little thing. But the leaps get bigger and bigger.
Something like the modern steam engine, there's a different
Yeah.
conversation, because that's very, very complicated mechanics that involve things like superheated high pressure steam.
Yeah.
Which is very, very, very dangerous stuff.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you need a license, don't you? They need to be all checked every few months, don't they?
And yeah, that you can say can be invented one place.
Yeah,
but even
but
there,
it's
there was multiple quick people in a time and space trying to solve a similar problem, who've come to more or less the same conclusion at once. And the person who just gets credited invented it as having invented it is the one who worked out, yeah, I can get this to work, and got it to market first.
enterprise that interests me, because I wonder, I mean, how many strange things have there been in history that are not documented, that just didn't work, and someone's come along? Because you know the way that people think. I mean, it's
a million, billion and one, and
Yeah.
5 times that on top.
yeah, because there's all these people that, I don't know, but is it because would they just not survive, or would they be there in some way? I don't know if it would happen.
For every
It's just-
possible successful invention, there's been 500,000 abject failures, or
True.
little.
But
mild
would they get that
experiments.
investment?
Not
Sorry.
necessarily. Depends upon whether it was
That's
a
what I
volunteer
meant, for them to
or
happen.
whether it was something that
Bec-
stayed as a thought experiment in their head.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if there are things that, strange things. I mean, I don't know, maybe some of these statues are, some illogical, unscientific thinking happened. I guess, like that terracotta army might be one of those examples. I don't know. I'm ever so slightly rambling.
Well, that was a fail.
Yeah. Now we know the track. Now we take the records.
Well, maybe in your case, Tigger. Now we know the track. Now maybe we may not make the same damn 4 mistakes twice in a row. Is probably more my litany.
There's no windmills on this one.
Well, I failed all that. Let's see where this goes anyway. Out of sheer abject curiosity. Probably somewhere I'm not supposed to be.
Have you ever been to the end of the M1? The old end of the M1?
What, up north?
South, or in London?
I've probably driven over it and haven't even noticed.
Right,
I
okay,
spent
so
all
this
my
is...
time in London on public transport, so...
Right, okay, well this is gonna... you might not find this interesting at all, but there is a stretch, or there was, I think they might have built on it now, but I filmed some stuff there about 12 years ago. There is a section of the M1 that remains from when they moved the end of the M1.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a stretch of motorway that's got like trees growing out of it. And they brought it back. In fact, it came back. They did bring it back for a little while because there was an IRA attack on the M1 exit. So they built this. So they brought it back in, and then they shut it again. And and we went to film stuff there because we were going to use it as like a end of the world kind of scenario. Everything's finished, the motorway's got trees growing through them, and it's quite easy to get onto it. It used to be, and it's not a very interesting topic. I just was watching this and thinking, oh, it reminds me of the old end of the M1.
Have you ever heard of Jay Foreman?
Who?
Maybe not then. Beardy Man's brother.
I don't know who Beardy Man is. I'm quite beardy at the minute.
Okay. Beardy
I don't
Man's
know anything.
made a big boxer. Really remarkable talent. But his brother does all sorts of crazy nerdy stuff. And one of them's a series called Map Moon, which you can see on YouTube. And he goes over weird stuff like the old end of the M1 or train cuttings that disappeared over the years.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So that's a series you might want to follow.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Well, thank you for that tip. I'll check it out. One of the craziest stories there are
Just
about
look up Map
disappearing
Moon and you'll find it.
map men. This is it to map memory now. On the Watford line between I think it's between or Watford is I don't know. There's a line in Watford. I think it meant to go to Croxley Green, and you have to have an Act of Parliament to close a railway line. And they couldn't be bothered with that, so what they did was they just stopped running trains on there, and they said, well, we'll say that it's still running because we have a bus replacement service. So they had a bus replacement service that would do the journey once a week, and then they said, well, we don't want to bother with the bus replacement service anymore because nobody ever gets on it. So they run it at like midnight on a Sunday every week, knowing that no one would use it, all trying to put together the case for closing.
It's called a ghost train, and there's quite a few of them actually in the system.
Well, they didn't. In the end, they didn't run any trains on it whatsoever because what they said was, you know what we're going to do? We're going to still run this line, but the line's not going to have any track on it. So they removed the track. Remember, there's still no Act of Parliament, so they removed the track from the line, and they got away with that. And they said, well, there's a bridge here, and we'd quite like to sell off that bridge and knock it down and build some houses there. So there's now like an estate which is on part of the route where the line should be, and they still haven't done it. And what they said in the end was, okay, if you want to go on that route, what you need to do is go to the ticket office and they will order a taxi for you and drive you the route of that line. But they didn't tell anyone about this. So in like there was 1 year where 2 people went and tried to take the route because they just everyone just assumes it's not running, it's finished, they've taken it away, and they don't realise legally they still need to provide a service there. So if you wanted anyone that wanted to go from Watford through to Croxley could have just gone to the station and asked for a taxi, and they would have had a paid for taxi come and collect them. And if a few thousand people had done that, they soon would have probably thought, oh, hang on a minute, this is going to be a bit more expensive than we thought. But it cost far more money to run a replacement bus service than it did to just order a taxi for someone. That's a very important thing that I'm very glad I brought up here. And I don't feel silly bringing it.
Well, it's going to be the last major statement of the stream anyway. I'm going to close the stream down for... Well, I'll chill here and have a ciggy while I quietly close everything up, so you don't have to go. We'll just have to say goodbye to peeps, basically.
Yeah, right. This will be my last track. I need to get some sleep.
Okay. Well, if there is anybody out there still watching, or anybody watching this on the VOD down the line, fair play for making it this far. Really, fair play, I'm telling you.
You have to be a bit more positive than that. They've been very lucky to sit on this stream.
I think lucky is a selective term there, Rob. Anyway, have fun all, have a good night, and we'll catch you again sometime soon, I'm sure.
I can tell you what I've been up to if you